I had to do it. Big Sills had to Sileo-wise once again Zander Krause because he was trying to come in here with his bullshit with Mr. Happy. I'm sure there's something green on with him today. I haven't seen him yet. So I'm sure that he's going to be all jacked up, ready to rock and roll. The co-host of Birds 365, a man, let me just say this to you too, who wants the Eagles to win on Sunday. He wants them to win. I know he does. Angelo Cataldi wants them to win. Our good friend who works with John McMullen, they do a great job. Big Z, Zander Krause.
What's up, Big Sills? What's up?
Eagles shirt on too, man. He's ready to roll.
What's up, JAKIB Nation?
Oh, boy. What'd you make of what I just got through saying that this thing here, coaches, player evaluation, scheme, game plan, all analytics?
Yeah, I mean, it's Philly. We're run by bookworms, brother. That's the reality here in Philly. But, I don't know. It's worked in some moments. I just think we've taken the human element out of the game way too much. But, a lot of people push back. It's not just it's very prominent in Philly, but it's also a problem, I think, across really a lot of sports.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, especially in football. But, Philly, they take it to a new level with everything. So,
All right, Zander.
What it is.
Eagles Saints going to New Orleans, one of the hardest places to play.
It's a tough battle this weekend, Sills.
What do you got?
You want me to give the prediction now? I gave it on Birds 365.
No. I want you to give the score at the end as you
Yeah, because I gave the prediction on Birds 365. So for anybody who caught that great show this morning, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, Birds 365 with John McMullen and myself, we did give our predictions out this morning. Look, this is an uphill battle, man. I mean, you're playing a team at really – it's not that I think the Saints are this great team. It's that I think you're not playing them at a great spot, right? They're red hot, and they haven't come back to reality yet. And we're not in rhythm at all from a defensive standpoint. A.J. Brown's obviously out with the hamstring. Looks like now C.J. Gardner-Johnson might miss this game, just 2 days away. He didn't practice today. It's just not a good spot for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you're traveling down to New Orleans, coming off a short week with a Monday night game where you really looked like crap. So, especially defensively. So it's just a tough spot right now. This Saints team, I do think they've been slept on a little bit. They're definitely a solid team, and they're playing good football right now. I mean, look, confidence is a thing in the NFL. They just throttled the Dallas Cowboys. We've talked about it, right? Put up a 40 burger on the Cowboys in Arlington. So it's a tough look. This is an uphill battle. Every Eagle fan knows that coming into this game. It doesn't really look great. I'll be honest. I'll tip the hand on my prediction. I don't think it's going to be a great game for the Eagles because they just have too much to fix. I mean, did you hear Vic Fangio yesterday? Oh, don't expect a sack until we can fix the run. And everybody in Philly loves blaming the coaches, and I get it. But you want Vic Fangio to go out there and stop the damn run? We need the guys on the defensive line to step up. We need the $17 million edge rusher to set the edge. You need Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis to step up. So, it's an uphill battle. Tony Allen puts Rashid Shaheed 3 TDs. Tony, that guy can play, man. And that guy is fast. He's a burner, and he'll take the top off of defense. So, add in Alvin Kamara, who, if he gets going, he's going to set up the play action pass. Whew. And then you have Chris Olave coming across the middle probably a lot. It's going to be an uphill battle, no doubt. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle. This is a tough spot for this Eagles team. But, part of me wants to remain optimistic as much as I can. But, I listen to Big Sills and I get Sileo-ized. And I read my great friends in the chat who support this channel that I love very much. And look, a lot of them are split right now. Eagles Nation is split right now.
It is.
A lot of people are like ready to sound the alarms. And, I was there because I thought Monday night's game was not only, I know you lost the nail biter, but it was just ugly. It didn't look like there was a lot you could
There's
fix.
just
It's
no
like,
answers,
it's
right?
just right. There's no answers.
I
And that's
love what you
where I
just
think,
said. It didn't look like there were answers that were gonna
yeah.
be
And I think
fixed
that's
later
where,
in the year.
right. And I think
That's a
that's where
great take.
a lot of Eagle fans are struggling with that because,
Yeah.
you want to believe in a team. It's week 2, man. We waited all off season for this, and we're not gonna mail it in on September 20th. Big sales, are
But
we?
don't you
So
agree, Xander? I think the reason why people are more pissed off earlier than they would be because it is only 2 games. Don't you think it's because it resembles 23 and how they're getting beat?
well, they are 2-9 and they're 2-7 in their last 9 games. So
So it
I think
looks
it's
the same
important.
to people, and I think they're
Well,
looking at it that
yeah,
way.
and look,
That
and I think
person,
I think the offense is still a problem as well. I've continued to say that, and not many like that take, but everybody wants to go to the defense. And I get it because the defense is very easy to criticize, especially this dumb bend but don't break. The whole city is fed up with it, Sills. They
I got
really are. I mean, look, even when we were 70 sacks, top 5 or top 7 defense, whatever we were with Jonathan Gannon, fans hated it because we just don't like watching it. It's not our identity. So, but it did work in 2022. And, maybe that's why we got to the damn Super Bowl that year, is because our defense did work. Say what you want about Jonathan Gannon. But, my sights are on the offense too, man. You put up 21 points last week versus the Falcons. Last year in the playoffs, you put up 9 points in the playoffs. I mean, this offense has to step up. They got this team, even without A.J. Brown, most quarterbacks in the league would kill for an offense like we have with a top 5 O-line, a star running back, Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. I mean, that's more than most quarterbacks have to work with. So I really am done with these excuses of, A.J. Brown didn't play. So, let's just give the entire offense a pat. Why? Well,
you have to wait for the best player in the huddle to get back in there because you know why?
Well, it's
You're
clearly
not really going to get a sense what this offense is until the best player's back in the huddle. So you got to hang in there because, the quarterback is not going to carry you. So you got to wait for AJ to get back before you can make an assessment on Kellen. You know how sorry that sounds? By the way, Ed Moraes, you know what God is backwards? It's dog. When you say Hurts is God, try it in a mirror. It's dog. He's a dog.
M. Reyes. I think M. Reyes is the one who just sent me some banging t-shirt ideas for big sales.
Yeah.
So I'm working on them. I got a lot.
Reyes,
well, I want to let everybody know
dog.
there's a lot in the pipe right now coming up with JAKIB. I got some big ideas coming up. We're just getting started, baby.
Hey.
So for those enjoying the content, enjoying the show, enjoying the entertainment, we're just getting cooking, baby. Cooking with gas here on JAKIB. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Appreciate the fan base that makes it all possible.
Absolutely, man. Hit the like button. You guys are killing it. I'm pissed because we, the fans, deserve better. God
no doubt,
right.
man. That's
God
what I was saying
right.
all week, man. We really do.
Yep.
And they sell us this BS song, right? That, everybody is this. And, we got all the answers and Howie's the greatest general manager to ever grace planet Earth. And, Bryce Puff is going to be a great edge rusher. It's just not working out. And I'm tired of getting fed lies and BS, and by the way, from an owner who really isn't a Philly guy. Everybody loves talking about it. He wanted to buy the Patriots.
Oh, wait a minute.
So he buys the Eagles.
It's a low
when he doesn't have enough cash to buy the Patriots,
Maybe that's why AJ wanted to play in New England.
Maybe, man.
Wow, look at Zander throwing haymakers right now. Hey, you start losing. Hey, that
I still have hope.
He's a Boston guy.
M. Reyes says if Merrill has hope, then so should we. Well, M. Reyes, I love Merrill, but look, he is a voice of the team. Obviously, he's not going to go against the people who've been writing his paycheck.
And nor am I going to say anything negative to Merrill.
No, I love him. He's literally an unbelievable man. He's a great guy. Forget how good he is. He's a great man. But we got to call a spade. Right now, as an Eagle fan, I don't feel good about my football team. That's the reality. Everybody wants me to come on here and feed you why I'm so excited. I'm not. I don't feel good about this team right now. I don't feel good about the quarterback. I don't feel good about the defense. I don't feel good about the stars you spent first-round draft picks on, and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. I mean, we call Bryce Puff, Bryce Puff and Hufflepuff and all the names you come up with. Can we come up in the nickname in the chat with a nickname for Nolan Smith? We don't even expect the guy to do it. We don't even, it's like we have the worst edge rush, worst pass rush in the NFL right now. And there's nobody even calling. Can we get some production from the first round edge rusher? Nobody. Can we come up with a nickname, please, for Nolan Smith? I mean, I need a better nickname. I don't even think this guy deserves to be called Nolan Smith until he does a single thing on a football field. It's unbelievable that we spent a first-round draft pick on this guy. We're expecting more out of our
punching bag? How about punching bag after getting annihilated by Bijan Robinson, man?
Annihilated.
Yeah,
annihilated.
Hey, Nolan punching bag Smith. I mean,
Nolan Thrift. That's a good one. Nolan Thrift. That might be too soft, though. We need something a little harder on him. Chip. Chip Nolan. That's a good one.
Chip Nolan. Oh, my God. No Sack Smith. Hey, Zander, there it is. No Sack Smith.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that, Jonathan. God. That's a good one. Sileo will be using that one.
Oh, my God.
Nolan Swift. That's a good one.
We got Bryce Puff, and we got No Sack Smith.
Oh, look who checked in, my man, Secunda. Secunda, you back for more content, brother? Appreciate you being here. Nolan Whiff. That's a good one, too,
That's a good one, too. Look at Sue. Sue's like, Sills loves this, Sue. I think it's funny.
Sue,
but
can I just
you got to remember something, Sue.
Sue is a great supporter of JAKIB. Sue, we appreciate you big time, Sue. You're here every day.
Hey, Sue, listen. That. But see, this isn't a shocker to Big Sills because I'm Nostradamus. I'm the guy that told you this was going down here. How you doing? Come on, sweetie, if you want me to pick you a decent dude, I can do it for you. I know people. I know things. I don't know. It's an Italian thing in me here. I can hook you up. No Stat Smith. Look at this.
Stat Smith. Oh, no.
This poor guy, man. Oh, my God.
Look, it's about time we start talking about him. Because
from now on, we're going to marry him with that.
Bryce Puff does deserve some shit. And you know what? We'll call him Bryce Puff because that's where his nickname is until he gets on the board. He's got a big nothing burger on the board right now. He doesn't even have a tackle for crying out loud. So he'll be Bryce Puff until further notice. But Nolan Smith deserves some shit. I mean,
Nolan Stiff.
I mean, we spent a first rounder on this guy, man. He was the second coming of Hassan Reddick when he got drafted, an undersized speed guy.
Two guys they tried to replace Hassan Reddick with have been failures.
Nolan Stiff, man, he stinks.
He
stinks. He doesn't look like he's going to be anything anytime soon either, everybody. So that's an unfortunate thought, but that might be Nolan bust. Jameson sums it up in a simple Nolan bust. By the way, we missed the super chat. Let's get to it.
Nolan Stiff.
Joe Ho says, the real fans know we losing this game. Come on, Joe Ho.
That's big.
Joe Ho, hold out a little hope, Joe Ho.
Look at you. See, Zander, one thing I've learned about Joe Ho, Zander, Joe Ho, he's a horrible liar like me.
I'm not a horrible. I don't lie.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I don't know how to lie to you.
Big Sills and Big Z. These are professional athletes. Conditioning is a poor excuse to suck. Absolutely.
He's 100% right. He's 100% right.
Dude, how can they be out of shape?
Also, did you hear, John? I'm not sure if you caught Birds 365 this morning, Sills. And that's early for you, but did you hear what he said about them Georgia boys? Now they don't want to talk to the media. They haven't seen the media members haven't seen Jordan Davis in the locker room in days. They can't talk. They're trying to talk to him. They can't talk to him. Jalen Carter doesn't want to take any questions. I'm like, dude, Fletcher Cox is the biggest loss the Eagles have had in the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because those dudes on the defensive side of the ball.
This is the first I've heard of this, really. So the Georgia guys.
I don't want to be rude. And look, I hope these guys, I really hope they prove me wrong. I really do, because our defense is relying on it. But those dudes look like paid college guys right now. They're having a powwow, hanging out, driving around the city together. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Nolan Stiff, whatever we want to call them. It's like the Georgia boys are having a grand old time making their big fat paychecks from first round money, and they don't even care to show up on game day. Meanwhile, the fans of this city are spending their hard-earned money, not making multiple millions of dollars to play a damn game. And we're spending our hard-earned money to support the team. They could give a shit. You know, I will say this, and I'm an Alabama guy, so maybe people will think I'm Alabama-colored glasses, but we got a couple Alabama guys on this roster, and we got a couple Georgia boys.
And they're great.
Them Georgia, they were great teams. I'll give them credit. They're great. They're a great college team. Those dudes don't come out as professionals. That's a fact. Nick Saban's players, not all of them pan out. Not all of them turn into great athletes. Most of those guys come into this league as professionals. Devontae Smith is a professional. Landon Dickerson is a professional. Jalen Hurts is a professional. Those dudes come out ready to play. These Georgia guys, they don't look like professionals to me. They don't act like it. I heard that from John this morning. And then we had Ed Kratz on as well, who's obviously another beat reporter who's in the locker room. He said the same thing. He's like, the Georgia guys they won't even talk to us. I had to go. Ed Kratz said he had to go to Bob Lang, the PR director, and ask if they can get a word with Jordan Davis. I'm like, this dude is in year 3, the 13th overall pick. He's done squat for our football team, and he won't even talk to the media.
I'll wait till I had not heard this.
And that's why I said look, I know it's on the players, but that's why I said your boy Clint Hurts got to have some accountability. He's the defensive line coach. You got to look.
He hasn't returned my
text. You're not going to coach him technically. I get it. These guys are professionals. They got to be able to play.
Wow.
But the professionalism, being a man, it's just about being a man, right? Like, you got to be a man, you know? And they're not. And it's a little concerning. So, you know, hopefully these Georgia boys can prove me way wrong and can eventually step up. But right now, it just looks like they're pumped. They got their money from their first
Kobe Dean too doesn't want to talk.
I don't know. I don't think it's Nakobe. Maybe I think he's hanging out with those dudes, but I didn't hear that Nakobe wasn't being a professional. He seems like he's talked about it more. And John didn't say he wasn't in there, but it was really Jordan Davis who they said they couldn't find. And, you know, John said Jalen Carter was upset with some reporters who were just asking him basic questions about really
his play.
Yeah, his brutal play. He didn't want to talk about it, you know. So I think these guys have an immaturity issue. I really do. And look, that ain't a good thing. And that's why I said Fletcher Cox, man, he's the biggest loss we've had. He's the biggest loss we've had. Fletcher Cox.
Doesn't it look like Cam Jurgens? Cam Jurgens is ready to play and take the baton. These other guys are not.
I mean, he's got a couple penalties. Other than that, he's been great in the block.
Still good with his play. I think he's played well.
Great with his play. You saw the stats that came out about him.
No, I think he's played well.
We replaced Jason Kelsey. You know, I wonder why. Who picked him?
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff Stoutland or Howie? Who picked him?
Jeff Stoutland. No
exactly.
question about it, man.
Who picked those Georgia boys?
Hey,
Howie Roseman.
Howie Roseman.
I'm not sure if Paul Mancini's watching the show right now. He's another great listener that we have here on JAKIB, and he was bringing up really some good points in the chat this morning. I didn't get to all of them, but I always try and keep up with the chat to see what the pulse of the people is, because I value all their opinions. I think we have a great chat. As I always say, best on YouTube. A lot of people talk about the Eagles on YouTube. Nobody has a chat box like us. But, Paul Mancini's like, Howie, to me, it looks like he drafted Georgia because he knew that they were the hot commodities. All the fans were going to love the draft pick no matter what. You get back in the good graces of the fans and you draft the helmet. But these dudes don't have any of the internal things, the intangible things that you need a player to have. When you're talking about guys making millions of dollars,
they drafted analytics.
It shouldn't be on a leader, though, to get these guys going, man. Like, you got to have a want to. You got to have a drive, an inner motivation, an inner discipline to be able to show up every day and do your job at a high level. And it really seems like none of these dudes have it, And I wonder if, we all fell for it, not just Howie, but we all, at least none of us are paid millions of dollars to be the GM of the team. Howie might have fell for it. And right now,
I never in a million years thought that guy was a college talent evaluator. I've never.
Oh, you've been saying that. You've been saying that. You've been on the network for 4 years. You've been saying it for 4 years.
Absolutely. There's no indication that he has shown me. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm starting to fall in love with this guy, Quinyon Mitchell.
Exactly. And there's a guy where you don't draft the helmet, right? You draft the player, and he's got
great take.
Yeah.
Great take.
Ryan, I wasn't on the Ryan says you were excited about us getting them Georgia boys. Ryan, I wasn't on the air, but I was excited about them this summer. You're right, coming into the offseason. I was not doing shows, though, at that time. So, Don't be a liar, brother. But I was excited about him coming into the year, and they've let me down. I've also been clear and honest about that. They've let me down through 2 weeks. And you talk about Quinyon Mitchell. He's going to have his faults, right? He's a rookie. He's going to have his learning curve in the NFL. That dude looks like he has what it takes in here. That's a dude that I'm excited about. And the Georgia guys, look, in a way, this entire defense relies on it. So, everybody can get a little upset that I'm calling them out, but if these dudes don't play, if these Georgia guys don't pan out, you don't understand how far away we will be from a defensive standpoint. We spent 3 first-round draft picks on the defensive line 2 years straight. 3 first-round draft picks on the D line.
I can't believe what I'm hearing character-wise. Missing meetings, not talking to the media.
Right, I forgot to mention that. Carter missed the meeting too.
All of that in the last 2 weeks. That's a small unravel.
Carter don't give a shit too. They're like, oh, Carter was punished. He missed the first series of snaps. You think Jalen Carter gave a shit that he missed the first series of snaps? As long as that check hit,
didn't play like it.
As long as that check hit on Tuesday, that's not discipline. That's not disciplining a player for missing something, having him sit down for 4 plays.
But I would never have done that. Why? He doesn't start. Zander, he doesn't start the first 4 or 5 plays of the game, but you play him the rest of the game. That's not punishment.
Dude, we're in trouble. If these Georgia boys don't play, we're in big trouble. 3 first-round draft picks, 3 Sills. You will. It'll take 5 years for us.
Maybe Reuben Franks, that first press conference was right. Maybe he was right to ask that question in the end. I don't know. Because what I'm hearing from you and John now, and the last 2 weeks, adversity hits those 2 guys. You are so right. Fletcher Cox not being in that locker room, I mean it, man. He cannot be happy with what he's seeing right now.
No, you're right. No doubt. No doubt. Look at this super chat. This is hilarious.
This just in. Nick Sirianni fired and introduced first ever female NFL coach. Introducing analytics. Woo!
Analytics
is the head coach of
the football team.
Mikey, that's a T-shirt introducing the new head football coach of the Eagles. Analytics.
That's great. By the way, real quick before we hit that next super, I do want to thank we got 2 new members today. Christopher Hand becomes a member. Thank you, brother. And Jalen Foster. So thanks to our 2 new members. That's big. Appreciate both of you guys supporting the channel.
By the way, at the top of the hour, we got Jason Cole. We moved them up in the order here. As fans of the game, we work our ass off to pay for the tickets. Yes, you do. Watch the game, support the team. 7-figure guys sleeping on the line of scrimmage. Fans could play better. Well, I'll tell you what, your passion would be better. That's for damn sure.
Well, Xander, let me go. Every time somebody gets a contract, we're excited for them. It's great. We want to see these players get paid. But the owner's not paying for it. You guys know, we all know that.
You
right?
are.
We are. The fans are. The owner's making $150 to $200 million a year.
When ticket prices raise,
on this football team. When he gets a contract, when somebody gets a contract, they don't cut their profit margins.
Oh.
They put it on the consumer.
Yeah.
Which is why we should give a shit when these dudes don't play up to snuff.
When your cable rate goes up and the ticket prices go up, who do you think pays for these salary caps? You.
Yeah,
he ain't paying for it.
I guarantee you they're not cutting into their profit margins.
Did you see what they just did today? They cleared that they can have somebody. There's a guy negotiating, and the Eagles are one of them, that an equity firm can own up to 12 teams, 10%, which means the NFL is going to generate $18 billion for the owners coming up on your backs.
Yeah, the Eagles owner is going to probably sell 10% for a clean $750 million.
In the team he bought for $195.
Yeah, so he's going to cash out, 500% of his initial investment, and then also own 90% of a $7.5 billion.
I still have total say.
Yeah, right. So,
must be nice, Xander. A couple questions.
Which is why I said what I said though at the beginning. This isn't a Philly guy. Like, part of me is starting to wonder: does he even care about winning?
This is WWE.
He's not a Philly dude. Like, I'd love is there any rich Philly people that grew up fans of the Eagles? Can we get JAKIB to be worth $10 billion? Can we crowdsource super chats so that we can buy the damn team? Everybody get some real Philly blood in this thing, man.
Hey,
some real fans of this team.
Hey, Who do you feel comfortable with going into this game on Sunday? Derek Carr or Jalen Hurts?
Derek Carr, he's playing way better football right now. And he's got all of his guys around him. Jalen Hurts has proven that he struggles immensely without AJ Brown. 12 and 24 he is, or something in that range, something in that somewhere around there. So I think Derek Carr is playing much better football right now. I think the Saints are riding a high, which I do think they'll come back to reality. So don't get me wrong. I do think they're going to come back to reality, but the fact is we're playing them in week 3. So I think Derek Carr, I mean, look, I've never bought the hate on Derek Carr. I understand he's streaky, he's inconsistent, but when he plays his best game, he is a good football. He is a great quarterback. He can dice you up. So, I mean, look, they put up 44 last week he had 11 completions. I mean, holy mackerel, and with this defense right now that can't stop a nosebleed, you can drive a tractor trailer through the holes that are on this defensive line. We're in trouble. I mean, look, we're in trouble coming into this game. If this team has a lot to fix in 1 week in order for them to even be competitive in this game.
If the Saints are forcing Jalen to pass early, it's over. By the way, Frank just said here, it looks like it's official that A.J. Brown is out for Sunday's game.
I mean, he didn't practice again today, so it's obvious he's not, he's not going to be.
I guarantee you Gardner Johnson doesn't play either.
Yeah, well, he didn't practice again today, so I can get the update if you guys just give me a second. I'll just go and check for any updates for everybody. But
here's a tougher one for you. Who do you think has a better game, Kamara?
All right, so confirmed AJ out, questionable CJ Gardner Johnson, which probably means out, but they're listing him as questionable right now.
I guarantee you they're going to start playing Cooper DeJean a little bit more on Sunday.
They were already gassing him up today, but I'm done falling for it. Look, Cooper, I love you. I'm excited for you. Do it on the field. I don't need a coach. I don't need a GM. I don't need anybody telling me how great you are and how great you've looked in practice. I don't care. I want you to look great in the game. Now, I'm going to give him more time. He's a rookie. So I'm just saying, I'm not listening to these dudes who tell me how great everybody is. It's like Nick Sirianni, all we can do is tell us how great everybody is. Well, they don't look great right now, Nick. We're 1-1.
Look at Anya. Carr 500 yards. Holy cow here.
So remember when you said to everybody that CJ Gardner Johnson has a major injury problem and they all got pissed off at you in the chat and then off season? Oh, he's a great signing. CJ Gardner Johnson.
15 games in 34 NFL games. He's played 15 games. He's missed half the time. Yep. Now he's going to probably miss another game.
By the way, he got burnt. Everybody was excited that he
46-yard. They loved the hit, but he gave up a 46-yarder.
Yeah.
Because he was out of position. Who has a better game, Kamara or Barkley? That's a tougher one. Barkley's been playing great.
Barkley's been playing great, and they're going to go back to that well with no again. So I think they should go to it more, to be honest. I think one of the problems with this team is that they play how they want to win instead of the right way to win. This team could probably win 13, 14 games by running the ball 35 times a game and just having 20 pass attempts. You don't even need to play, but they're so infatuated with the pass that we can throw the ball 35 times a game. So, but Barkley, Kamara, I hate to do this, everybody. Nah, you know what? I don't know, because I really do. Like, we're giving away the jerseys to our members. I think we're giving away a jersey this week. I think Saquon's gonna get 125.
He's going against the best defense he's played against too.
That's true. That's true. This defense is good. The Saints defense is stout, but the problem with Kamara
and at home,
Kamara is not a big runner. Like, he's never had a 1,000-yard season as a runner. I didn't know that until
I didn't know that right now too.
Never. Yeah, his highest was in 2021 at right around 930. So he's not a huge runner, but he can destroy you in the passing game, and that's where I think he could get us. So, but I'll take Saquon this weekend. I think Saquon will get the better of him.
Did you like? And
if you want to get the Cole, we can go ahead.
I'll get to Jason. One last question for you here on this. Hey, I'm going to steal something from John McMullen. Do you believe that Brandon Graham should start over Bryce Huff?
Well, I think he should. Do I think he's going to? No, because you know what that means. Howie Roseman is now going to have to answer for his $17.5 million prize that he picked up in the offseason, and also traded, your best edge rusher for a draft pick that's like 3 years away or 2 years away, however far away it is. So as much as Vic Fangio might want to do that because Brandon's playing better football, That's not happening because the GM of the team is not going to let that happen.
Zander, great stuff, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll catch you at Birds 365.
Final score prediction, 34-24.
Yes.
I think the Saints win this one.
You got it, my friend. Thank you so much, Zander. I appreciate it.
Appreciate everybody.
Don't forget to catch him on the pre- and post game where Big Sills is. Let's go over to Jason Cole now. He's finding time with us. He's on.